Can you imagine a place that feels like nowhere else on Earth? Madagascar is not just an island, it is a world of its own, full of surprises waiting to be found. If you look at a map, you will see Madagascar sitting all by itself in the Indian Ocean, close to Africa, but not quite touching. It is the fourth largest island in the world, which means it is even bigger than some countries. Many people do not know that Madagascar is almost as big as France, but most of it is covered in green forests and red earth. The air in Madagascar is warm, and the sky can look so blue that it almost hurts your eyes. When the sun rises, it wakes up the land with golden light, shining over the forests and the sea. If you walk on the beaches, you will see sand as white as milk, and the water sparkles in the sun. Far from the beach, there are hills and tall trees with strange shapes that you will not see anywhere else. Madagascar is called the Island of Wonders because so many things here are rare and special. No matter where you stand, you can hear the sound of the wind moving through the trees, and sometimes you might hear a strange animal calling in the distance. The earth is red, not like the brown earth in many countries, but a deep, rich color that stays on your hands when you touch it. Some people call Madagascar the Red Island because this earth is everywhere, and when it rains, it makes rivers and even roads look like they are painted with color. But what makes this place truly magical is not just the earth or the sea. It is how all these things come together to make a place that feels alive. If you ever visit, you will feel like you are stepping into a storybook where every day is full of new things to see and learn. There is nowhere else quite like Madagascar in the whole world. The people of Madagascar. Who are the people who call Madagascar home? The story of the people in Madagascar is as unique as the island itself, full of many colors, sounds, and smiles. Long ago, the first people arrived by boat, crossing the ocean from faraway places in Africa and Asia. They brought their own traditions, songs, and ways of life, mixing everything together to create something new and special. Today, the people of Madagascar are known as Malagasy. They are famous for being friendly, helpful, and always ready to share a story or a laugh. If you walk through a village, you might hear many voices, as there are more than 18 different groups of people, each with their own way of speaking, dressing, and celebrating life. But most people speak Malagasy, a language that sounds soft and musical, and some people also speak French because of history. In the small town or big city, life moves slowly and gently. People wake up early, sometimes with the sound of roosters or the singing of birds. You might see children walking to school in groups, waving to their neighbors as they go. At the markets, the air is full of the smell of fruit and spices, and people bargain with each other in a kind and playful way. Food is a big part of life here. Rice is eaten every day, sometimes 3 times a day, often with vegetables, meat, or fish from the sea. On special days, families might cook zebu meat, which comes from a kind of cow with big horns, and everyone sits together to share a meal. Music and dance are everywhere. People love to play the valiha, which is a musical instrument made from bamboo, or clap their hands and sing together under the open sky. Celebrations can last all night, with laughter, stories, and colorful clothes that show pride in their culture. No matter where you are in Madagascar, you will feel welcome. People believe in helping each other and living with respect for nature and for their ancestors. Everyday life here is simple, but full of joy, kindness, and the beauty of working and dreaming together. Amazing animals. What if I told you that in Madagascar, you will not find lions or tigers or bears, but you will find animals that exist nowhere else on Earth? Madagascar is like a giant treasure chest for animal lovers, full of creatures that look so strange and wonderful, you might think they are from a dream. The most famous animal here is the lemur. Lemurs are not monkeys, but they are fluffy, have big eyes, and love to jump from tree to tree. Some lemurs are small enough to fit in your hand, while others have tails longer than their bodies. If you walk into a forest early in the morning, you might see a group of lemurs leaping through the trees, making loud calls that sound almost like singing. But lemurs are only the beginning. Madagascar is also home to tiny chameleons that can change color and hide among the green leaves. Some chameleons are so small they can sit on the tip of your finger, while others have bright colors that shine in the sun. There are more than 100 types of chameleons here, and many cannot be found anywhere else in the world. If you look very carefully, you might spot the world's smallest frog, no bigger than your thumbnail. Some insects and birds in Madagascar are also unique, wearing colors and patterns that you will not see in any other country. Many animals in Madagascar have funny ways of moving, eating, or hiding. Some, like the ai, have long fingers and big ears, and look a little spooky at night, but they are very gentle. Why does Madagascar have so many special animals? Long ago, the island broke away from other lands, so the animals here had to grow and change in their own way, without lions or elephants to chase them. Over millions of years, they became new kinds of animals, just for Madagascar. A day in the forest can feel like walking in a living zoo, where every sound and shadow could be a new discovery. This is why scientists from all over the world come to Madagascar to study and protect these amazing creatures. But there is something important to know. Many of these animals are in danger because their homes in the forest are getting smaller every year. We will talk more about this problem soon. The unique nature. Madagascar is not just about animals. It is also a place where plants look like something from another planet. When you travel across the island, you will see forests filled with giant trees called baobabs. Baobab trees look like they are growing upside down, with thick trunks and branches that stretch up like roots into the sky. Some baobab trees are so old that nobody knows their true age, but they have stood for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. In some parts of Madagascar, you can walk for hours and only see green. There are rainforests with tall trees and thick leaves that keep the sunlight out. Inside these forests, it can feel cool and quiet with only the sound of birds and the wind moving above. But Madagascar also has dry lands, where the ground is covered with red earth and special plants called succulents. These plants keep water inside their thick leaves so they can survive the long, hot months without rain. You might be surprised to learn that more than 90% of the plants in Madagascar do not grow anywhere else in the world. This makes the island very important for nature and a place full of secrets for people who love science. But there is a problem that makes people worry. Every year, more trees are cut down so people can use the land for farming or to build new houses. When the forests disappear, the animals and plants lose their home, and some can never come back. When it rains, the red earth washes away into the rivers, making the water muddy and hard for fish to live. Without trees, the air gets hotter, and the rain does not fall the same way as before. Many people are trying to find a balance so families can have what they need without losing the forests forever. It is a big challenge, and it needs everyone's help, from people living in villages to scientists from far away. Soon, you will hear more about the everyday life of families and children in Madagascar and what makes their world so special and full of hope. Everyday adventures. What is it really like to grow up in Madagascar? Imagine waking up to the sound of birds outside your window and the smell of rice cooking in the kitchen. For many children, a typical day starts early, with a big breakfast of rice and maybe some bananas or sweet potatoes. Then it is time to get ready for school, which can mean walking along dusty roads with friends, laughing and talking as the sun rises higher in the sky. In the classroom, students learn to read, write, and count in Malagasy, and sometimes in French. Teachers are respected in every village, and children work hard because education is seen as the key to a better future. After school, many children help their families with chores, like carrying water from the river, collecting firewood, or helping to cook meals. When the work is done, there is always time to play. Children in Madagascar love simple games that do not need toys or computers. They play soccer with a ball made of old plastic bags, race each other across open fields, or make music with homemade instruments. On hot days, swimming in the river is the best way to cool off. Food in Madagascar is simple but delicious. Most families eat rice 3 times a day, sometimes with beans, fish, or meat from zebu cattle. Tropical fruits like lychee, mango, and pineapple are a sweet treat, and everyone loves to share food during special celebrations. Evenings are a time for family and stories. As the sun goes down, people sit together under the stars, talking, singing, and laughing. Older people share stories about the past, teaching children lessons about kindness, respect, and the importance of caring for nature. Life in Madagascar is not always easy, but it is full of love, friendship, and adventure. Even small moments, like chasing butterflies or watching lemurs in the trees, can feel magical. Every day brings something new, and every child dreams of a bright future full of possibilities. The big challenge. Even in a land as beautiful as Madagascar, life can be very hard for many families. One of the biggest problems here is that the forests are disappearing quickly. People need land to grow food and wood, to build their homes or cook their meals, so they cut down trees to survive. But when the trees are gone, the animals lose their homes, and the rich red earth is washed away by the rain. Poverty is also a big challenge in Madagascar. Many families do not have enough money for things like medicine, clean water, or even enough food. Children may have to leave school early to help their parents work in the fields or take care of younger brothers and sisters. Sometimes, when there is not enough food, families must eat only rice with a little salt or go to bed hungry. Climate change is making things worse. Sometimes there is too much rain and rivers flood the villages, but sometimes there is not enough rain, so crops cannot grow. People worry about what will happen to the land and their children in the future. When animals and plants disappear, the whole world loses something precious. Scientists say that many animals in Madagascar, like some lemurs and frogs, may become extinct if things do not change soon. But this is not just a problem for scientists. It is something that affects everyone living in Madagascar, from city streets to small villages in the forest. Still, even in hard times, the people of Madagascar are strong and full of hope. They work together, share what they have, and always try to find a way forward, no matter how difficult life can be. Hope and change. Even when problems feel too big, there is always hope in Madagascar. All across the island, you can find people who are doing small things every day to protect their land, their animals, and their way of life. Some people have started planting new trees where forests were lost, one little seed at a time. Villagers and students work together, learning how to grow food without cutting down more trees. There are local heroes, like teachers who teach children why it is important to care for nature, or farmers who try new ways of farming that do not harm the land. In some places, people have built small parks and protected areas where animals like lemurs and chameleons can live safely. Scientists from around the world visit Madagascar to help study the animals and plants. They work with local people to share knowledge and find new ways to save the forests and rivers. Sometimes, even simple changes, like using better cooking stoves or building wells for clean water, can make a big difference for families and the environment. Young people in Madagascar are full of ideas and dreams. They want to learn, protect their island, and create a better future for themselves and for the animals that live beside them. Step by step, with small acts of kindness and courage, the people of Madagascar are showing that change is possible. Hope is like a tree. If you plant it and take care of it, it will grow strong and help everyone around. Imagine a day when a village comes together to save the last piece of their ancient forest. Early in the morning, everyone gathers, from the youngest child to the oldest grandparent, ready to do something that will change their future. They bring seeds, shovels, and songs, working side by side under the hot sun, planting new trees where the old ones once stood. Children laugh as they dig small holes, hoping their trees will grow tall and strong. Mothers and fathers share stories of how the forest once sounded with the calls of lemurs and birds. Every person, no matter how small, has a job to do, and together they create something bigger than themselves. As the sun sets, the first green shoots poke through the red earth. People feel proud, knowing they have given a gift not only to their village, but to all of Madagascar, and even the world. That evening, families gather under the stars, tired but happy, dreaming of a forest full of life and hope for many years to come. This moment is more than just planting trees. It is a promise for the future, a lesson for children, and a sign that even big problems can be solved when everyone works together. So, what makes Madagascar so special? It is a land that feels like a storybook, full of bright colors, friendly people, and animals you cannot find anywhere else on Earth. We learned that Madagascar is big, beautiful, and full of surprises, with forests, beaches, and red earth that make it different from any other place in the world. The people of Madagascar are strong, kind, and always ready to help each other. They live simply, but fill each day with music, food, and laughter. Their lives are closely connected to the land, the animals, and the plants that make their island unique. We discovered amazing animals, like lemurs and tiny chameleons, that live only in Madagascar. We also saw how special plants, like the baobab tree, make the island look like nowhere else. But we also talked about the big challenges. Forests are disappearing, and life can be hard for many families. Climate change, poverty, and the loss of nature make the future uncertain. Still, there is hope. People are working together to plant trees, protect animals, and teach children to care for their home. Every small act of kindness, every lesson shared, and every tree planted brings new hope for tomorrow. Even if the world sometimes feels big and full of problems, remember that small changes, done together, can grow into something wonderful. If you enjoyed this story, give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. Watch the next video now to discover more about our amazing world.